All right, hello there. Welcome to another Wee Bit Different video. Today's video, we are going to be doing a cool and fun tier list. Let me show you the title real quick. Dragon Ball Saiyan Transformations tier list. And the reason I am doing this is because I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, a Dragon Ball Super fan. I didn't watch all of GT. I watched most of it, but I did skip some episodes because it was kind of a snooze fest. But with the movie in full swing, I'm not going to spoil that, by the way. At least I don't think I am. I don't think it's, yeah, okay, it's not on here. I'm not going to spoil the movie. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. First we have grade 8 transformation, and I'm basing, by the way, I'm basing these by how iconic they are, but also how much I like them. So a bit of both public opinion and my opinion. But yeah, anyway, grade 8 transformation. When I remember when I first saw this in Dragon Ball, I was kind of like shocked. I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it because I was like 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I was around that age, and it was another TV show for me, so I didn't feel the type of way. But as I grew up and I started watching the show over and over again, especially in Dragon Ball Z when Gohan turned into an ape, and Vegeta, especially in that Saiyan saga, it became kind of whatever to me. I would say it's a C tier transformation, nothing special, but it wasn't like by any means dumb. So yeah, here we have Super Trunks, another one that is nothing special by any means at all for me. Cause, oh, you know what? No, I would say the moment makes it a B tier because he was hiding that the whole time from Vegeta, and Vegeta didn't know that Trunks could hit another gear, and so that part was cool. But the transformation itself was kind of like lackluster in the sense that he was just like bulked steroids out, and sorry, it just didn't feel like something that was too crazy. But I would say it was a nice surprise seeing Trunks again hitting that next gear. Here we have Ultimate Gohan, definitely an A tier. When Elder Kai was doing his thing with Gohan and you were just watching and you were just like, you knew something was gonna happen. And I actually recently just rewatched the whole series with my girlfriend, and her reaction when this dude just powered up, came down, fought Boo, and was like cocky, and just, you could tell he was strong, obviously. And I thought it was cool. She thought it was cool. I'm definitely not going to say it's S tier. I don't think it's that iconic, but it's definitely really cool. So we'll keep it at A. Super Saiyan Blue, S tier. The reason why it's S tier and not, I'm sorry, A tier and not S tier is because, well, we'll dive into Super Saiyan God later, but that was the I want to say the one to break the barrier of just what we know as regular Super Saiyans, and to introduce the God Ki. And it was really cool to see, obviously, in Resurrection F, but I didn't like that they kind of just dumped the movie. We didn't really get to see Super Saiyan God and how Vegeta got it and all that stuff. It was kind of just like, oh, here's Vegeta going blue, here's Goku going blue, have fun. So it's definitely an A because, again, it introduces something, or the red introduced something huge, but this introduced the Saiyans' take on God Ki, if that makes sense. Kaioken Goku, I would say this is, it's hard because one of the first episodes of Dragon Ball Z that I remember is the Frieza saga and Goku going Kaioken, and I just saw him getting worked with it, so it didn't really feel like super powerful. But it's one of those things to where you wanted them to do more with it. They didn't because they had Super Saiyan, and then they never went back to it. And then it was really cool what they did, and I'll get into that again later into this list with Kaioken. But the original version of Kaioken, I'm gonna leave it at C. It might be deserving of B, but I don't think enough people really care too much about it, and that's the problem. Super Saiyan. Jesus, sorry. I've been sick this past week, so I'm glad that I've had some time to recover before I start making my next batch of videos. But it's been a struggle because I've been coughing up a storm. As you can tell, I'm still coughing a lot. But anyway, S tier, Super Saiyan God Rose, without a doubt, is S tier. I remember watching the Trunks saga, and this thing just blew my mind. Like, we got all kinds of hair colors. We obviously have the gold hair color. Then we had legendary Super Saiyan Broly in the original movies, which was like this greenish color. Then we had Super Saiyan God, and then Super Saiyan Blue, and then they just go ahead and said, hey, here's pink. And it's kind of cool because it's obviously Goku's body, which is why Zamasu could turn into Super Saiyan Rose. But at the same time, seeing this Super Saiyan in an elegant form, because like Zamasu is pure in his eyes, it was really cool to see, and I enjoyed it very much. It might not be okay. You know what? As the more I talk about it, the more I definitely talk about it, I'm gonna put it in A, just because watching it, I definitely was hyped, but I wasn't peak hyped with some of the rest of this. So I'm gonna put it back to A. I'm gonna dime that down. Just listen to myself talk about it. I'm like, yeah, this sounds like an A, but it's really good. It's a really good transformation, and I really like it. Super Saiyan 4, S. I don't care what anyone says. Super Saiyan 4 is what carried GT, because GT was already bad, and it made GT like watchable, especially when Vegeta did it, and then later on they fused and did that. It was super awesome, and it was peak power for the majority of my childhood, because the movie Battle of Gods didn't come out until like 2015 or 16 or sometime around then. Anyway, for a lot of my childhood and a lot of, the younger part of my life, Super Saiyan 4 was it. Like, it was the pinnacle of strength. It was what everyone want to achieve, at least in this universe. So playing Budokai 3, like the Dragon Ball Z video games, Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3, Raging Blast. Raging Blast had 4 in it, right? Did Raging Blast have Super Saiyan 4? I gotta look this up. I gotta look up. I don't know if any of you guys played Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast. Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2 roster. Let me look up the roster real quick. Sorry, this won't be too long, but I don't know. Was Super Saiyan 4 on the roster? Let's find out. Goku. No. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 was not in it. See, yeah, okay. I caught myself there. I was like, wait, I don't think it is actually. But yeah, anyway, playing those other games, and whenever you transform to Super Saiyan 4, it was like so satisfying, because doing that Kamehameha times 10, oh, seeing it become red, oh man. Here we have jeez, I'm sick. Anyway, here we have Dragon Ball Super Broly, and right, yeah, Super Broly, I believe. It looks like Dragon Ball Super Broly. Okay, yeah, it definitely is. I'm gonna put him in B tier. If this was the original Broly, I would say maybe A, but even then, it was kind of like, it was cool for a bit, and then it kind of became dumb at how strong this guy was. I'm speaking on the new Broly. It was cool for a bit, but yeah, seeing how strong he was just right out of the gate, it's definitely a Dragon Ball Z show, a Dragon Ball Z movie, because guys just become strong like that, and it doesn't even make sense. But hey, it's cool, because blast in colors. Here, A tier, and I want to put it above the rest because again, it set a whole new example of God Key and Goku reaching that level, and Beerus coming in and the way he wanted to see his, what was it, his vision or his dreams come to life. It was really cool. I very much enjoyed the movie, and I still enjoy it watching it on the show, because on the show they have the episodes but like a little bit more in depth. So yeah, I would say that's A tier. And then here, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now, right this moment. Ultra Instinct, and then Ultra Instinct the complete form, easily S tier. I remember watching this with my cousin and my brother, and as it was happening, I was just yelling and screaming and getting so hyped. And when he did it the first time, I was out of my mind hyped. When he did it the second time, I was out of my mind hyped. And when he did it the third and final time, going full on, I was just yelling and screaming as the show was playing. So super awesome. I hope moving forward, I don't read the manga, so I don't know how that's going, but I hope moving forward that they continue to do right by this form. Super Saiyan 3, I would say it's definitely A tier, because they didn't make a big deal out of Super Saiyan 2 for Goku or Vegeta really, but with Super Saiyan 3, it became like Goku showing off to Boo and to really everyone that he was not just messing around in Otherworld. And obviously Goku loves to train, but ascending to the third level was a big deal at the time, because he was powering up for like what felt like forever, and Boo was just watching. And then you didn't expect to see the hair grow so long and just like weave like that. So when it happened, I was just there like, whoa. I was pretty jaw dropped. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. This is an A tier one for me, just because of the fact that, well, I mean, in terms of people saying it should be S, it didn't feel as iconic as the other three up top, but it definitely felt better than these over here, because Vegeta for the longest of time has always been chasing Goku's power level for a very long time, and he's always wanted to be superior. He sees Goku go Ultra Instinct, and finally he's like, I'm gonna do this my way, I'm gonna go my own path. So he goes Evolution, and seeing that blue become just dark blue and this glowing aura around him that looked even more like bedazzled than all the auras before him, it was really cool, and it made sense for the show, I thought, for them to have a different path, because really they're different fighters, and Vegeta trying to chase Goku all the time, as cool as it is, it was nice to see him take his own path. Next we have Broly, who's in a human ape form, which I think is just, I mean, it's a cool concept, but he ended up going Super Saiyan anyway, so I felt like it didn't really matter all too much, and I don't think they're going to do anything with it. I don't think there's a D form I don't think there is a D form in the series in terms of the ones that are in front of me, but it just felt like it didn't make sense, because he was still competing with the god in Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta. So it just felt like it didn't make much sense. Again, it's Dragon Ball Z, it's, you know, its power levels are meant to be broken, but it was pretty wild, to say the least, and the form just didn't seem all that cool anyway. Super Vegeta, I'm gonna put A tier, just because during that Cell Saga fight when Cell was in second form, Vegeta being so cocky to and really making Cell look stupid, like he made him look dumb. It elevated Vegeta to this person who's always behind a little to he's literally the strongest fighter in the moment, and obviously his arrogance got the best of him when he let Cell transform. But I think it was a big deal for a lot of Vegeta fans just to see him be on top, even if it was for a quick second. And I enjoyed it. I remember my girlfriend watching and just thinking, damn, like, this is crazy. And then here, so if it was my personal opinion, I'd put it S tier. It's not as iconic enough to be there. But I want to have my hot take of the video, and I'm not having a hot take just to have a hot take, but let me explain my reasoning for S tier. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not S tier, it's not, and I completely understand. But for the longest of time, and what I was kind of getting at earlier with Kaioken, they had it and then they did nothing with it. Like, it was there and forgotten. And for me, after the Dragon Ball Z series ended, I always thought, man, they should do more with that. Like, they should have, and they still should. They still can. Obviously, with the series coming back, I really want them to. And after seeing them go to gods, it really felt like even more of an afterthought. But when I was watching the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament, and I first saw that Red Aura, I was thinking, oh my gosh, no freaking way. And me personally, I was hyped because I love it when two things come together as one. It's why I love fusion so much. It's why I love, like, I don't know, like any combination of things that come together. This is gonna seem so off topic, okay? It's gonna sound so stupid. I know it is, but please bear with me. Stuff like peanut butter and jelly, when like each one is pretty solid, but you put them together and it becomes glorious. And even with food, like I don't like eating rice without beans, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about when you have a combination of things and you put them together. I know I went majorly off topic there, but I'm just really trying to describe my love for things that are combined. And Kaioken, I always felt like there was more potential to be reached and to be tapped. And the moment that they put that with Super Saiyan Blue, I knew, I was like, this is all I've ever wanted. Like they did it. Like, it was more for me because I know that the fandom wasn't going too crazy. I know a lot of people were hyped, obviously, at the moment watching, and them saying like, hey, they did something with Kaioken. It's about freaking time. And, you know, King Kai taught him that, and that was the move that King Kai taught him. So for him to never use it again, I thought it was really stupid. But it was a big deal for me because I was always a fan of the potential of Kaioken. But the reason why it's in C tier is because they did nothing with it. Like, I can't, even though I like the look of the form, if you're doing nothing with it, how can I put you higher? Like, it kind of is what it is. But here, I love they were able to reach into that potential and put it on Super Saiyan Blue. And again, watching, I was just so hyped. I really was. And then here, this has to be the King of Kings. If not, I don't know what you'd put this, but the original Super Saiyan is what set the tone. It's what made me fall in love with Dragon Ball. I just remember as a little 6-year-old kid seeing Krillin get put on a shirt and rolled up and smoked out, and I gotta say, Goku just losing it and hitting that next level was mind-boggling. Even as a little kid, I was like seeing the thunder around him, and then eventually the lightning just crashing down onto the surface or onto the earth, not earth, until the planet's ground. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, I was just wowed. I really was, especially since they were teasing it pretty much from the beginning of the Saiyan saga. Oh, Super Saiyan. Not the beginning of the Saiyan saga. I would say later in. But yeah, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and then Goku did it, and it was really, really, really cool. Definitely number one above all else. Here we have Great Ape, the Golden Great Ape. GT was a blunder, and I think I stand by this. The only good thing to come from GT is this transformation, and then obviously the combined transformation. If that was on here, I'd put it higher. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. GT was just a snooze fest, and like I said, I skipped some episodes. I really did. The Super Saiyan 4 is carried. Anyway, this without a doubt is, if not two, I'm not gonna say it's one, but I know it's one for a lot of people, because when Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, like 1 and 2 were in my opinion, the biggest like transformations in the Dragon Ball Z universe, just because 1 was, okay, we did it, we turned Super Saiyan, we completed or fulfilled not the prophecy, but it was like the legend was true, the legend was right. There is a Super Saiyan, you can turn Super Saiyan, that power does exist. And then when Gohan, was in the hyperbolic time chamber with Goku, and when Goku was watching him, and then you always wanted to see Gohan grow up to be strong. So for me personally, at the very least, watching this arc, the Android / Cell Saga, and then seeing, all these Saiyans get beat up time and time again, all these characters getting beat up time and time again, Androids just completely overpowering them, Cell completely overpowering them. It was like, what is it going to take? Is it going to take another Goku Spirit Bomb? Is it going to take all of them fighting at once? Like, what is it going to take? And so Gohan ended up being the answer, and his transformation was a big deal. And again, this is why I say Super Saiyan 1 and 2 are the biggest deals in the series, is because 1 proved that you can reach that power. But now that we had that power, now what? We're getting stronger and we're turning Super Vegeta, Super Trunks, like that's it? No. 2 proved that you can ascend even higher. And and as soon as 2 was introduced, Super Saiyan 2, it showed that there's limitless room to grow now. You can go 3, you can go 4. And obviously, again, God introduced God Key and all that kind of stuff. But that was the first breakthrough after the original breakthrough. So it was definitely showcasing that these Saiyans can continue to grow stronger and can continue to transcend their limits. So I think those are the biggest 2 in the series. Other people might disagree, and that's totally fine. But even in the moment, how iconic it was in the Ki Blast fight, like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, oh man, that transformation was ruthless. And then Super Saiyan Rage Trunks, it was I mean, in the moment it was kind of cool, I guess. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it's A tier, because you knew that Trunks didn't have a chance at kicking those other guys' behinds anyway. It was one of those things where it's like, oh, cool. But that's, again, I'm putting it at C tier because they did nothing with it. And at the very least with Super Trunks, it was a follow-up to Super Vegeta, but the Rage was a one-time, and it's done. Like, that's it. You guys don't hear about it again. So, I mean, I don't think there's a D tier transformation in this entire series. That's very subjective. People might disagree with me, but I'm very, very confident in that these 4 are cemented S. I just don't think that can be argued. And this one, most people will say A or B. I doubt there's a lot of C people out there, but for me it was a big deal because I love when 2 things combined become 1, but also it showed that they just didn't forget about Kaioken. And that was one of the things that I liked, is that King Kai gave him something, and it just wasn't a waste. Like, at the very least, Roshi taught Goku Kamehameha, right? He taught him Kamehameha, and Goku took that and applied it into every one of his transformations, into every one. Like, Kamehameha became the iconic move. It became everything, and he was taught by Master Roshi. So for King Kai to teach him something and it to just be not used at all, well, aside from the Spirit Bomb, Spirit Bomb was definitely a big deal. I really forgot about that. But just the transformation to be applied into Super Saiyan God, it was really cool for me to see. I'm a huge fan of it. Every time I play fighting games, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, I don't think it's in there, but more so Dokkan Battle. Yeah, I'm definitely wasting my Dragon Stones on any banner that has this transformation. And yeah, I played it a lot in Xenoverse 2 as well. I really did. It was really cool. But yeah, that's this video. I feel that it's a pretty straightforward list. I like the list a lot. Hopefully, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 transformations if I counted correctly. Hopefully the series continues to have more and more and more. I know a lot of people can get tired of that, but it's Dragon Ball Z, guys. It's Dragon Ball Super. Clearly this show is meant for power to be all up in your face and more and more and more. But anyway, sorry for the long video. I enjoy making these kind of videos, and I'm going to continue to do stuff like them. But this has Ollie been different. On We been different. And we out.